Hi, everybody. I'm Lauren Butts,
And I'm Julie Sia.
and we are both seniors here at San Marcos High School. And we are your representatives from ASB, and we're going to be interviewing a few panelists to see about their experience at San Marcos High School to get you excited. So we can't wait for you to see this and enjoy.
Guys, I'm Gavin Shrivney. I'm a senior at San Marcos High School. A little about me, I'm a four-year football player, played basketball for a couple years. I was also the Blue Crew president last year, one of the seven, wearing my shirt. I was also a member of the Knights of the Round Table. You guys will learn more about these stuff as you progress throughout high school, but Knights of the Round Table is something that Lauren as well and Jackson that we're involved in. It's a really cool thing, and I take honors classes, NHS, CSF, all sorts of good stuff. So excited to have you guys here.
What's up, guys? My name's Rohan. I'm also a senior at San Marcos. I've been involved in a lot of things during high school as well, including the band program, marching band, and also I've been playing on the tennis team for a few years. Same thing as Gavin, taking AP classes and that type of stuff. And also been involved in a few clubs like Molly United Nations and Academic League. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So excited to get here.
Hey guys, I'm Jackson, same as everybody else. I am a senior, and like Rohan, I've been in the band program for 4 years doing concert band and marching band. I'm a percussionist, which I've been doing that for 8 years total. I marched with the drumline at school for all 4 years, and just like Gavin mentioned, I'm a Knight of the Round Table, and I also have done a lot of clubs. I'm mostly involved in the Chinese Lion Dance Club at school, which has been a ton of fun. It's a great cultural art form, and I really enjoyed it.
Hi guys, I'm Abby. I'm also a senior, as everyone has said. I have been involved with the drama department at San Marcos High School for the past 4 years. I'm involved in musicals and the plays every year, and I'm also super involved with Fellowship of Christian Athletes, which is a club on campus. I've been in their leadership team for 3 years now, and also take honors classes, that kind of thing. So yeah.
All right, hi guys, my name is Faye. I have been on the girls varsity golf team all throughout high school, and my senior year I was able to be the captain. I've also been the class president, freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior year, so that's something I'm super into, leadership. My senior year I was the president of Surf Rider Club. My junior year I was also a part of Link Crew. Again, like everyone said, I take honors classes, but leadership is the best thing about high school for me.
What is one thing you wish you knew before going into high school?
Okay, so me personally, I'm the oldest kid in my family, so I didn't have older siblings to give me advice or, tell me how to get around the school. So I was definitely very intimidated, kind of walking in on my first day. But within like the first 2 or 3 weeks, I definitely realized that freshman year is not as intimidating as people make it out to be. Everyone wants to support you. All the teachers, they know you're a freshman. They know it's a big change, and everyone there just like really cares that you can get around everywhere you want, or getting the right classes, or getting good grades. Like, it's definitely the year that everyone just kind of wants to pour everything into you and make sure that you're going to be successful in your next 3 years.
Yeah, I totally agree with Faye, and I was going to add on to that, like, I feel like I was really intimidated by upperclassmen too, but they're there to help you as well. Like, I feel like they are a lot nicer than you think, and especially like you find your people at the school and you find that community of what you love to do, and those people are going to be the ones that you hang around and you like can talk to those upperclassmen and get advice. Like, they're not as intimidating as you think, and they want to help you because they've been there at the same place that you were your freshman year. So just talk to them and like ask for help even when you feel scared. That's what I would say.
Yeah, for sure. One other thing is that everyone at school is really passionate about what they choose to do. So whether you join a club or if you're in something like drama or band or join a sport, everyone really cares about what they're doing. And that makes a really collaborative and cooperative environment. So once you join a club and you get involved, it doesn't have to be a club. If you join a club, even in some of your classes, other groups on campus, once you join some kind of group like that, you're going to end up forming a lot of strong connections and making a lot of good friends because you guys are all interested in the same thing.
Something I'd say that I wish I knew going into high school was just how fast like high school goes by. Like if people say all the time like, oh, high school, like, it's gonna fly by, but it's like, whatever, like, I have 4 years, whatever. But, like, I mean, us seniors that are, like, here right now, like, our time at school is, like, over. Like, it went by so quick. Like, all the football seasons I was involved in, anything I did with leadership, like, it went by super quick. So just one thing that I wish I could have taken advantage of was just getting involved my freshman year, like, with more stuff. Taking electives I regret not taking, joining clubs I regret not doing. So just, like, going into your freshman year, just know that, like, that time's already ticking. You only have so much time before you pursue the next chapter of your life. So I really do believe that high school is, like, four of the best years that you guys will go. So just take advantage of those moments you have in your freshman year.
How has your involvement shaped your time here at San Marcos High School?
So to start, I'm sure everyone's going to say this in some way, but obviously the things that you do change the people who you spend the majority of your time with. And the group of people that you surround yourself with at high school really becomes your family. Like, the things that you do with them create memories and create bonds that they're not easily going to go away even after high school ends. So I'd say that's definitely the main thing. Like, for me, being in band, and especially being in my drumline section, which is arguably the closest section in the band, I have made lifelong friends for sure, and they have definitely changed who I am as a person, and I'm very grateful to all of them for that.
Yeah, for sure. So great things like the band program, and a lot of clubs end up going on like trips at some point during school. Whenever you have those kind of experiences, you just end up bonding a lot more with people. And a nice thing, like Abby kind of mentioned earlier, is that once you become closer with, especially upperclassmen, you end up learning a lot more things that can help you later in high school. So, for example, like you might learn that there's a certain thing you should do for one class to study, whereas for another class, you might not need to do it. Or for a certain teacher, you might need to do assignments a certain way. And learning these kind of things from upperclassmen can be really helpful. So if you're more involved, you end up finding these connections that you have throughout high school.
All right, just to add on, I think the coolest thing about our school is, yes, we're huge, over 3,500 kids, and that only means that every group, club, anything on campus is big. Everything is big. Like, especially for me, my leadership program, like their ASB, when I started freshman year, there was only 2 classes of ASB, so maybe just under 60 kids. And now that I'm leaving as a senior, it's reaching up to at least 200 kids, maybe even more. And now it's going to 5 classes and maybe even 6. So it just kind of shows that even in 4 years, everything's just gotten bigger and bigger and bigger. So that just means more friendships to make and more people to meet and more people to be inspired by. The other thing about being involved is that it helps your reputation, get your name out there, especially for teachers and administration, because when you do get to your junior and senior year, you're going to be started looking for recommendations, and older people that for advice, they're going to go to for advice. And I just think that that student-adult relationship is a really strong one to have, and it's good to like just get your name out there and make sure that they know that you're working hard and willing to accomplish anything.
What should I look forward to at SMHS?
Well, for me, I'm a little biased, but what you should definitely be looking forward to, and it starts off right away when you start your freshman year, is football games. Not only was I a football player, but I was a Blue Crew president. So Blue Crew does a great job providing an atmosphere for students to come out, hang out every Friday night. Music playing, our football team plays. It's just a really cool environment. So just like sporting events like that, like it's not just like a school event, but it's like a community event. Like there's so many people there, and it's just a super fun time. So sport games are definitely something you should be looking forward to.
Yeah, for sure. Gavin also mentioned the music that's playing at the football games. So pretty much any fundraiser that the school has, or events like Empty Bowl, which you guys will learn more about later, jazz band is almost always playing at those. And also throughout the year, there's always 3 or 4 performances for every single ensemble the school has. And this just helps make pretty much any event more lively. And I think it's just a lot of fun to be either playing in the band or to be watching it during those events.
Yeah, adding on to what those two said, I feel, interestingly enough, going to school and being physically present at school is like the bare minimum of social interaction you should have during high school, because the opportunities to be involved in the community and with everyone else that's there, like staff and students, is just there's so many more opportunities going into high school. Like there's events pretty much every week that have a good amount of the school population like attending to have fun and just hang out with their school friends in a non-school atmosphere. So just the social aspect is like way bigger in high school, and it's a ton of fun.
Yeah, one of my favorite events at high school has been the dances. I would just highly recommend you guys would just go to all of them. Just, like be involved. Like even if you don't like it necessarily or you don't think you'd like it, like it's just such a fun way to just like be in, just like in the community and like get to know people. And it's just having a blast with your friends has just been one of my favorite high school memories. And then with the theater department, like we just, if you're interested in anything drama related, we put on 2 shows a year, and even if you don't want to be in them, you can come and watch them, and it's a super fun way again to like be involved. Like even Jackson was like in the band, but like he helped with the musical. Like there's tons of ways you can get involved with it, like even if you're not necessarily interested in theater. So
Okay, so for me, obviously from a leadership standpoint, I have only, I guess, grown from my freshman year and started with little small events all the way to planning our senior prom. Um, so I guess my thing that I look most forward to is everything that is the little tiny things that are offered that you wouldn't think. So obviously, yes, there's prom, but one of my like favorite things to do is go to like the talent show and SM Idol and Mr. SM. Like those are things that I bring my entire family to. It's like $1 to get in. Sometimes they're free and sometimes they'll give out hot chocolate, things like that. But it's just an hour of your weeknight and they're funny. Like I have so much fun and you just see people that you might not see in the hallways. Like it's just something that I really really enjoy, and getting to be behind the scenes and planning that and then watching, sitting in the stands and then seeing it come to life. I just think that small things like that is just really fun, and with 3,500 kids there's a lot of talent out there, and like personally me, I'm not a singer or a dancer, like I don't do magic tricks, but it's really really fun for me to watch the little events that kind of are family oriented.
If you had a rough patch, how did you get through it? Who did you lean on and off of campus?
yeah, so for me, like one of my roughest patches was just like academically, like I was feeling really overwhelmed. And one thing I found that was super helpful was like to find just one person in that class. Like even if you aren't close with them, just find that like study buddy. And that just like really just helped me. Like I would call that person every night and just like talk to them just about anything like schoolwork related or just emotionally, like just getting that support. Like find that one person in each of your classes that can like help you get through that because they need it too. And it's just super helpful like when you're feeling just overwhelmed. And also your parents, like my mom is just always there for me to talk about things, and your teachers are also there to help you as well. Like I found that going outside of like school hours and like going after school was like super important, and your teachers are there for you. Like a lot of teachers do offer that support, and so at first it can be scary to like give into that support, but like it's important and your teachers are there to help you with that.
Yeah, building off of that, I do agree with everything that Abby said. Continuing off of that, I want to reinforce getting extra help with tutoring after school with your teachers. I have not met a single teacher that will say no to you if you ask for a meeting time. Every single teacher will sit down and help you understand what you're not understanding. And that I feel is a very valuable thing on our campus, is that every single teacher is willing to take that time for one student. Additionally, if it's not something you're going through academically, but something you're going through emotionally that's related to on-school things, the school also has like a therapy and counseling service that thankfully I personally have never felt that I needed to go there, but I have had friends who have, and it's definitely helped them a lot deal with the issues that they're going through. So do not be scared to use that service. I know the school therapist is incredibly nice and she is very helpful. And if you just feel overwhelmed emotionally and academically, they are always there to help you with that.
Yeah, and kind of going off of what Abby and Jackson said regarding the after-school tutoring, something that's really cool too about that is, there's obviously different teaching styles between teachers. Like as you pursue your like high school years, like you'll find that one teacher that you're like, I really like understand teacher and how they teach. So what's cool about the tutoring is, I have this one teacher for a math class. Um, and you're kind of taking in what they're saying, but you just want extra help, you can like there's no harm in going to a different teacher that you've had before if they like teach the same area and they'll like be willing to do it. I know Mr. Gordon is like I never even had him as a teacher, but he's just one of those guys that's super bright in the area, and he helped me a lot going to his tutoring. So, for the after school tutoring, it's a really cool opportunity that the teachers give up their time to do and help you with. And then outside of that, like the emotional aspect, once you find your group, it'll probably be like those people that are going through the same stuff as you, whether it's classes or the sports you're playing in or like the clubs you're involved with. So it's like there's always going to be someone that's going through what you're going through, and there's no harm in like just talking to them and just taking a moment to like just unload everything and just having a conversation. And then like Jackson was saying, our administration does a great job with helping us in those aspects. Because San Marcos High School, it's all like we're a prestigious school, but it's also like known for like having the administration like resonate with the kids and like creating an atmosphere where we're not just successful classroom, but like being involved with all those sorts of things. That's why like there's other questions that we were answering about getting involved is like super important because it kind of takes your mind off of like the school aspect because it gets tiring at times, especially like sophomore, junior year. But there's so many opportunities like with the dances and the games to just take your mind off of that and enjoy the high school experience.
What is one big difference between high school and middle school?
Okay, so definitely, I'm pretty sure you guys know this, even going from 5th grade to 6th grade, is you're going from being the oldest on campus back to being the youngest on campus. So you're kind of having this fresh start, everyone's older than you, and the other thing is you're showing up as a 14-year-old, and there's people that are already adults. There's going to be 18-year-olds on campus. But don't let that scare you. Like, everyone's gone through it. Everyone's been a freshman and had to, see seniors in that in the hallways. It's nothing different, but you just going from a whole year of being the oldest, you kind of have to redo that adjustment and be like, oh, I'm actually the youngest now. So that's one thing that's super different about high school. And then I think the last thing that's the biggest difference is kind of the level of maturity that people have. Once you turn 16, you're starting to drive. Once you turn 17, you're starting to apply for colleges. You're taking big tests like the SAT and ACT. So that level of maturity definitely has a big step up from middle school to high school, but it's just something that does come naturally. Just kind of, something that I was definitely aware with. I was like, wow, people are actually really mature and people have a lot more respect for teachers and things like that than it definitely was in middle school.
The final question is, how has your life changed from freshman year until now?
On a funny note, I definitely ate a lot more Chick-fil-A over my last 4 years in high school. You'll find that after games and there's many events that Chick-fil-A caters. So I've definitely become a big Chick-fil-A advocate. But on a serious note, like Faye was kind of talking about in the last question, just that level of maturity. Like I've found myself grow not only as a student but like as a person. Going into like high school, I was not comfortable like speaking to like large crowds, and then last year I was like one of the leaders of our whole student section, or like talking in front of the school for an ASB event. So there's many things that happen at your high school years that are like kind of eye-opening events and opportunities for you to grow as a human being. Getting involved with certain expand like, your realm of like knowledge, and it kind of lets you narrow down your focus getting ready for college about what you want to pursue at high school. So like taking advantage of the courses you're enrolled in and just kind of like thinking about it, like, can I see myself doing this with my life after high school? And yeah, just the relationships you make with people, like my best friends that I have no problem saying that I'll be close with them, even as we pursue our separate paths in college. Like those relationships you make are completely different, and even though your friend group may seem a little bit smaller, it's like those people are just so close to you, and you're willing to do anything with them, and there's so many opportunities as a school puts on where you can just hang out with them and grow as friends and stuff like that.
I think I've grown a lot just overall in terms of like my complete self. So when I first came into high school, I was that one kid who just like only cared about school, and I was just like really lame. But like since then, having joined all these other clubs and meeting all these new friends, like a whole new side of me kind of developed. Now I've become a lot more extroverted and social, and I enjoy meeting new people. So I think high school is a great time for you to kind of grow. If you haven't developed like academically or socially, like you're free to grow over these next 4 years. That's what you're here for. There's people to help you no matter what you want to do. So I think that's been the biggest thing in terms of how my life has changed, is that now I care about a lot more things, and in general, I enjoy my life a lot more because of that too.
Yeah, I would definitely highly agree with Rohan. He was pretty lame as a freshman, but I agree with the second part too, which is that he's grown into a lot cooler person now, which is great. And it's the same thing for pretty much almost anybody in this call, and pretty much a lot of you too, is you're kind of like on your way to becoming yourself when you start in high school. And throughout your 4 years of high school, you kind of grow into yourself, because you go in knowing like the pastimes you want to pursue, and like the sports and activities and artistic venues you want to pursue and stuff like that. And then as you go through, you actually get good at what you like, and you start enjoying yourself, and you start becoming confident in who you're becoming. And I feel like that's definitely the biggest thing, as well as like growing academically and just becoming smarter, is that you become who you are. This is the time where you grow the most.
Yeah, you guys all really hit that really well. For me, I feel like I just grew like a ton in just confidence, like in in just like myself and like what I was passionate about. Like I came in to high school just definitely more shy and just like kind of scared to talk to people. And then as I like got involved, I just really like found my passion and found my people, and it just grew me so much, just like being able to just, like Gavin was saying, like talk in front of people with confidence, and like just being more social and like involved in I just high school just really like shaped me into the person that I wanted to be like when I came in. And it's such an amazing experience, and you get to experience so many cool things. So yeah.
Okay, and for me, definitely, I had a very open mind going to high school. I wouldn't say I was shy or anything. I was definitely ready to make friends and kind of grow. I knew I wanted to do leadership right away, but I didn't really know like what with that. I didn't really know what my passion was exactly. But I kind of went from selling Valentine grams as a 14-year-old to now calling big corporate venues saying, hi, I want to hold an 800-person prom. This is our budget. I've learned how to talk to adults. I've learned how to communicate and how to share information. I've definitely just found who I am, and it's kind of helped to do what I want, helped me know what I want to do in the future. And I was a freshman, my whole dream was like go to college on the East Coast and live in DC, and but I think that kind of was all just strive from my parents, and now I'm going to college in the South, so very different cultures. I just think that you're going to find out who you are. You're going to find the people that you want to surround yourself with, and you're going to find the teachers that you want to talk to all the time. You're going to want to stop by their classrooms, and they're going to want to hear from you. You're going to feel the connection and the relationships that you're going to make. And I just think the biggest thing is like there's so many opportunities. You have the power to make a change, and I think that's the biggest thing. And once you do make that change, teach it to other people. Share the wealth is kind of like the biggest thing that I've learned definitely my senior year.